Charlie, oh Charlie, I need your help. You were so good at this job, and I feel so inadequate to represent the love and the grief of all those here and outside into the wider world. Charlie was my oldest and greatest friend. My deep and abiding friendship with Charlie started when a coin was tossed. And I was the loser. And that was in 1965. And in that year, Charlie and a young man from Texas had been awarded scholarships to travel to the UK to study farming there by the future farmers of America. I believe he was the Northeastern president at that time. Now, as you may guess, if you haven't already been told, I'm British. In 1956, I was the chairman of my local young farmers group. So together with another young farmer, we went to Birmingham Station and waited on the steps there above the platform for these two young men coming from America. We could hardly miss them. They were dressed in bright blue. And as we were waiting there, and as they came towards us, my friend spun a coin and said, we'd better do this to find out which one we have. He won. And so he chose the tall, handsome Texan. And I was left with Charlie. And so I brought Charlie back home to Thorpe, where I live and farm, to meet my family, my wife and the two young sons. Charlie charmed the British, but he charmed everybody, didn't he? And wherever he went, everybody spoke highly of him. He had a wonderful way with it. Great sense of humour. Considerate to the nth degree. But above all, was modest. My family too fell in love with him. And I determined one day that I would get back to America to see this wonderful land from where Charlie had come from. My turn came the following year when I won a scholarship to come and study farming here in the US. I travelled here by boat. Those were too expensive in 1956. $65, get right. Charlie was there at the docks waiting for me. So then we set off on this wonderful adventure into American life. He taught me how to eat with a fork. How to appreciate southern fried chicken. We went to Radio City and we saw those wonderful rockets with extremely long legs. As a contrast, the following morning, which was Sunday, we went to hear the Reverend Vincent Peace preach to us. He was my first taste of an evangelical preacher. And what an impression that made on me, I can tell you. We then proceeded towards Steuben, and at every Dairy Queen we stopped. Because I learned that Charlie loved ice cream. And so I came to know the value too of a hot fudge sundae. We met here by the Anken family and many farming friends. And during the week that I was here, he was often described as the finest young man that ever came out of Steuben Valley. Our friendship flourished over the years, and every year one of us came over the pond to see each other. It was that sort of friendship. And we've been doing that now from ever since. Ultimately, over 20 years ago, my wife and I purchased a small property up in Steuben. And why did we come here? Because of Charlie. And we love it here too. You have been very, very kind to us. Eventually, of course, we met his wife. For in 1958, Prince Charlie had met the prettiest girl in the Steuben Valley, Georgiana Sharp. She was a most wonderful woman. She complimented Charlie in every way. She was a devoted wife and mother, and an ever-welcoming hostess. They were to enjoy over 50 years of happy married life. Each was totally devout and honourable. And one of the few comforts that we can draw on today is to feel certain that their faith and belief was so strong that they will have gone joyfully to their Maker. And indeed, we know but they'd only just had a spiritual blessing in their local church before they were killed. St. Peter at the pearly gate would have no hesitation in telling them which way to go. Charlie and Georgiana made countless friends on their visits to the UK. And I'm here today with some of my family to represent those people that he met and to say how much he is missed. Charlie gave, spread, and attracted love in equal measure. He was honoured and respected more widely than any man I have ever known. I do not expect to meet his equal again. And I think it will be a long time before any local person enjoys such acclaim as Charlie today. By his death, but his death and the grief with it has spread like a tsunami across the Wen Valley, across Oneida County, across Herkimer County, across the farmers of upstate New York. Across the American Extension Service, across Walmart, the old man at the door yesterday said to me, "I will be there tomorrow." Across Florida and across England, Scotland and Wales. Truer and kinder friends no man has ever had than Charlie and Georgiana. Truer and kinder ambassadors no country has ever had. Truer and kinder parents and grandparents no family has ever had. The lives of all of us today, and those of many thousands who are unable to be here, are impoverished by the untimely death of Charlie and Georgia Ann. But equally, and this is the positive message that we must go away with. Charlie and Georgiana would not wish us to grieve. Store up memories of them in a safe place in your hearts. And be humble. Be humble. That you are the better people for having been part of the lives of Charlie and Georgiana. Thank you.